From neighborhood cruisers to custom showpieces, the world of golf carts and LSVs offers something for everyone. But with so many options, how do you find the perfect match for your lifestyle? Welcome to Golf Cart Chronicles. I'm Matt White, and today we're tackling one of the most important decisions in the LSV world: how to choose the right vehicle for your specific needs. In our previous episodes, we've explored golf cart communities, visited coastal destinations, gone behind the scenes at the factory, and discovered the world of customization. But today, we're focused on that critical first step, the purchase itself. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade, navigating the options can feel overwhelming. Gas or electric, two-seater or four, basic transportation, loaded with features, whichever one you want. The choices seem endless. We'll also be exploring an unexpected place where golf carts become essential: the high-octane world of motocross racing. You'll see how these vehicles are transforming the pit experience for teams, riders, and fans alike. By the end of today's episode, you'll have a comprehensive roadmap for finding your ideal LSV or golf cart, one that fits your needs, your lifestyle, and your budget. This is Golf Cart Chronicles from Sierra LSV. So you've decided to join the golf cart revolution. Maybe you've seen how they enhance community living, or perhaps you need one for your beach house or your farm. Whatever the reason, buying the right golf cart or LSV is an important decision, and not nearly as simple as it might seem at first glance. The first step is understanding the different types of carts available. The most fundamental choice is between gas or electric power. Electric models offer quiet operation, zero emissions, and lower maintenance requirements. They're ideal for neighborhood use, indoor facilities, and environmentally sensitive areas. Gas carts, on the other hand, typically offer greater range, faster refueling, and often more power for challenging terrain or heavy loads. Beyond the power source, consider whether you need a utility model with cargo space or a passenger-focused design. 4 and 6 passenger models are increasingly popular as family vehicles, while specialty models exist for everything from hunting to beach cruising.
I think the golf cart market has expanded so much. There's a lot of offerings out there. There used to be a golf cart with either a two-seater or a four-seater. Sometimes you get a stretch cart, but now you've got your two-seat course carts. You've got your 2+2s with a rear-facing, seat, and then you've got your 4 forwards, which all seats face forward, and 6 passengers that have 4+2, and then some 6 passengers have 6 forwards. So there's a lot of options. I think the new carts have a lot of bells and whistles. There's a lot of things that kind of grab buyers' attentions, and I think sometimes they forget maybe what they're going to use it for, and they don't think about the purpose of the cart in their house, or what they're going to do with it out of their own garage sometimes. So they go out and they buy a 2+2 because maybe the price is really good, and then they realize, shoot, I've got 4 kids, now we can't all hardly ride. We're piled up on it. So it's really just, they don't focus, I think, as much on what they're actually going to use the cart for. It's just a purchase it's a large purchase for a lot of people, and it's a great thing to have, but it can be frustrating as well if it doesn't meet your intended need.
For electric models, battery technology is a critical consideration. Traditional lead-acid batteries are more affordable up front, but require more maintenance and have shorter lifespans for sure. Lithium batteries cost more initially, but they offer better performance, longer range, and can last twice as long, or maybe even more. Be realistic about your range needs. Most electric carts offer somewhere between 20 and maybe 80 miles per charge, depending on the battery type, terrain, and load. Gas models, they can go 100 miles plus on a tank. But remember that you're trading off the benefits of electric. Comfort features and ergonomics matter more than you might think. You'll spend a lot of time in these seats, so test them thoroughly. Check the driving position, ease of entry and exit, and adjustability. Storage accessibility, cup holders, and charging ports might seem like minor details, but they affect your daily experience for sure. Weather protection is another key consideration. Options range from basic canopy tops to full enclosures with doors and windows. Your climate and intended use should guide these choices.
There's so many different warranties you have to look at on these carts. There's the full warranty, which is pretty much everything from plastics to, electronics, screen, or tires, wheels. They're just all the little things that are warranted. Those usually run anywhere from 1 to 3 years, depending on who you buy it from. But then there's also a battery warranty. The battery's different, the powertrain, the motor and controller. There's batteries with lithium packs. They're warranted for some people now up to 10 years. Motors and controllers are usually a little bit longer than the just the cosmetic parts of the carts. So you just really got to pay attention to the details. Sometimes people will say a 10-year warranty, but it really is just the battery and not necessarily everything else on the cart. So I think it's just important to read the warranty from the manufacturer or whoever you're looking to buy the cart from, and make sure that you understand what's covered and what the service after the sale will be.
Service availability is crucial. Unlike cars, not every town has a golf cart repair shop. Ensure that parts are readily available and ask about mobile service options if you're not near a dealer. The new versus used decision comes down to budget, intended use, and your tolerance for potential repairs. Used carts can offer significant savings, but they come with risks. When evaluating a used cart, pay special attention to battery health on electric models. This can be an expensive replacement if not. Check for frame rust, test all the functions, and ask for maintenance records. A used cart from a reputable dealer often includes a limited warranty and proper inspection. The test drive is your most important research tool. Plan a route that includes hills, turns, and different services relevant to where you'll be driving. Pay attention to the acceleration, braking, and stability. Test everything: lights, signals, horn, windshield wipers if they're equipped. Evaluate the turning radius in tight spaces. If possible, include passengers to assess the comfort and performance under a load. And don't rush. Take your time and really get a feel for the vehicle.
I think the market started with golf carts. They were used to play golf on the course, and then when the course was done with them, they would sell them into the aftermarket dealers, and dealers would fix them up and kind of build them out for the neighborhood. And I think there still that happens still a lot, but it's a golf cart. It's not necessarily made for the road, although a lot of times they're driven on the road. I think communities started looking at it, and the government started looking at it, and they thought there needed to be some regulation. And a lot of places you have to have a vehicle tag now. You have to have a tag. You have to have insurance if you're going to drive it on the road. So that's kind of where the LSV comes in. It's a low-speed vehicle. It comes with the manufacturer's VIN. You can go to the tag office and get your title and tag for it. You carry insurance on it, and that's required a lot of places. And it has safety features like turn signals and brake lights, and it has seat belts and a DOT-approved windshield. So it's just got the things that they feel like are necessary at the speed that you run to be safe driving on the roads.
If you plan to drive on public roads, ensure that your vehicle is properly equipped with the required safety features like seat belts, turn signals, mirrors, and proper lighting. Requirements vary by state and by municipality, so check your local regulations for sure. Ultimately, finding your ideal golf cart means balancing practical needs, personal preferences, and budget realities. Take your time, do your research, and don't be afraid to ask lots of questions. The perfect cart for you is the one that fits your specific lifestyle and requirements.
Remember the pace of life before you ever had a life? Yeah, so do we. So when you embark on an afternoon adventure, the ride should be half the fun. So here's to the freeway, rush hour, traffic jams, and detours. This is a new pace with no rushed hours. Simply taking in the scenery before the sun settles below those clouds, and remembering to live just for a moment in the moment. Your older self is going to thank you. Sierra LSV, just my speed.
The world of motocross racing is all about speed, power, and adrenaline. But behind the spectacular jumps and battles on the track, there's another world, the pit area. where preparation and efficiency reign supreme. I'm here at the motocross track where something interesting is happening. Look around and you'll notice golf carts and LSVs have become essential tools for teams and riders. And there's a good reason for that. Motocross is as much about what happens off the track as it is on. Teams need to move people, parts, and equipment quickly and efficiently through crowded spaces. And recent rule changes have actually made golf carts more valuable than ever. I had a chance to talk with Scott Blanton, CEO of Sierra LSV, who's not only an expert on low-speed vehicles, but also deeply connected to the motocross community.
So about a year ago, the AMA's kind of, with their insurance, kind of just disallowed pit vehicles, pit bikes, and specifically two-wheeled powered pit vehicles. That was one of the largest incidents that they were having insurance claims on at races. You would think it'd be racing on the track, but it was actually, kids and adults speeding through the pits and, just running into somebody or crashing themselves. These kids race bikes, but they don't have a lot of respect for the race bikes, but not as much respect for a slower pit bike. So they ride them really hard, and it was a pretty big disruption. So the AMA kind of banned the electric and gas pit vehicles last year. And some tracks still allow them, but most do not. And so now you're seeing, golf carts have always been around, but now you're seeing a lot bigger emergence of golf carts at the tracks.
The ability to navigate these tight quarters is crucial. With teams packed into the pit area, the compact footprint of a golf cart makes it ideal for getting around without disrupting others' workspaces. But it's not just about transportation. These vehicles serve as mobile workshops and equipment carriers. From spare parts and tools to rider gear and refreshments, everything needs to be accessible quickly between heats. Another major advantage in this environment: no emissions. In a crowded pit area with people working in close quarters, the absence of exhaust fumes is a significant benefit. Of course, the demands of the motocross environment are different from your neighborhood or beach community. That means customization is key. The beauty of using golf carts in this environment is their versatility. Some teams opt for stock setups that are perfectly fine on the compact gravel and pavement of the pit area. Others customize their cart with terrain-specific modifications depending on where they need to go around the facility. From the main pit area to the trackside, these vehicles navigate various surfaces: pavement, gravel, and sometimes mud after the rain. The point isn't that you need a highly modified vehicle, but rather almost any golf cart can serve a valuable purpose here. Enhanced cargo capacity and towing capabilities transform standard golf carts into true utility vehicles. Some teams even add custom tool storage, coolers, and charging stations for electronic equipment. Another advantage is the ability to quickly access different parts of the track. Whether it's scouting lines, checking conditions, or moving between viewing areas, these vehicles make the expansive track so much more manageable.
It's really getting back and forth from the pits, which is where your camper or your van or whatever set up, kind of where your home base is, to the starting gate. This race we're here now up in Ohio, we're probably 3/4 of a mile from the gate. So when Mace goes to ride to the gate to go start a race, that's my transportation. Get up there with him, so I can kind of keep up. If I had to walk, I'd have to leave about a half hour before he did. So just kind of keeps it together. It's also great because you can throw starting blocks, you can throw water, you can keep coolers. So sometimes you're on the gate and staging for a reasonably long time. So having some drinks or just anything you may need, a couple tools in case you find something wrong up there. It's a great way to get stuff back and forth.
And it's not just for the riders. Families and spectators are discovering benefits too. Track days can be long with lots of gear to transport. A golf cart makes the experience much more comfortable and convenient. What I'm seeing here is the perfect example of how LSVs continue to find purposes beyond their original design. In the high-octane world of motocross, these quiet, efficient vehicles have found their niche, proving that sometimes the best support for extreme sports comes in the most unexpected packages.
Your life, your style, your ride. With Sierra LSV's lineup of customizable vehicles, there's a perfect match for every adventure. loaded with premium features and backed by industry-leading warranties. Because the best memories happen when you're having the most fun. Sierra LSV, make it yours.
Whether you're looking for a neighborhood cruiser, a beach companion, or a utility vehicle for your property, finding the right golf cart begins with understanding your needs and knowing the right questions to ask. Today, we've explored the key factors to consider when making this important purchase. From power sources to battery technology to comfort features and service considerations, we've also seen how these versatile vehicles are finding new purposes in unexpected places like the high-energy world of motocross racing. And speaking of pushing the boundaries, next time on Golf Cart Chronicles, we will be shifting into high gear to explore the world of high-performance golf carts. We'll discover how enthusiasts are transforming standard vehicles into speed machines through motor upgrades, controller modifications, and specialized components. We'll take you to the Golf Cart Bragging Rights event in Rockingham, North Carolina, right here where I am, where these competitors push these vehicles to speeds and performance levels you have to see to believe. You'll meet the racers and the manufacturers driving this exciting niche within the golf cart community. From practical improvements to all-out racing builds, you'll discover the science and passion behind golf cart performance enhancement. Until then, I'm Matt White, and thanks for watching Golf Cart Chronicles from Sierra LSV.